Shazam Fury of the Gods is the worst movie I've seen this year so far, excluding Ant-Man, which I could not be bothered to do a video on. The movie obviously stars Billy Batson, which is the main Shazam. And again, obviously all the people have grown up from the first movie, and I'm pretty sure it's all the same actors with maybe one change. The first thing they have to do is save lots of people from a bridge, and there is hardly anything they can do to help, and it takes them fucking ages to save the people, but eventually they save them all. They have no coordination with each other at all and maybe the worst superhero team I've ever seen. Oh yeah, also before this some random women steal the wizard staff, which Billy broke in the first movie, and use the wizard to fix it, which they somehow have trapped, even though he seemingly turned to dust in the first movie, but oh well, I guess. And these people are called the Daughters of Atlas, which is an old god. Then the wizard somehow turns into Wonder Woman for a while and then warns Shazam about the Daughters of Atlas. Also the disabled kid becomes friends with a young girl, which is actually thousands of years old, and turns out to be one of the Daughters of Atlas. Then the others show up when they are on a roof, and use the staff to steal his powers, after killing a teacher, by making him walk off the building. Then the other idiots show up to try and help him, but they are warned to not come any closer, or they will kill him, so they don't. Then Billy chases them anyway, but they create a force field which apparently can't be destroyed by fucking anything, so they get stuck. The disabled kid gets thrown in the sail, which the wizard is in, very conveniently, and so they escape in about 2 seconds. Meanwhile, Shazam and the rest of the family use a writing pen to send a letter to the Daughters of Atlas, which makes them seem like idiots, because it writes everything they say. Also, the Daughters of Atlas have stolen this apple thing, which they need to plant to start a new garden, because the old one was destroyed, because all the gods died. But the disabled kid and the wizard try stealing it, which he does, but the disabled idiot falls and is going to be killed but is saved by Shazam, which got there by going through a maze after going through one of the 1000 plus doors in that room with all the fucking doors, and so they escape. But at this point half of the team have lost their powers. The daughters come again, and shit goes down, which ends up in them destroying Shazam and his family's house with a giant CGI dragon, which makes them have to tell their foster parents that they have powers, which they do, and then they do nothing for the rest of the movie. The old woman, daughter of Atlas, is basically killed, and is barely alive, and she decides to help Shazam to stop the other one, which wants to kill all the mortal idiots. So she plants the apple thing in a baseball field, and it begins to destroy everything. Also, meanwhile, lots of monster things are going around because of the tree garden thing. Then the rest of the Shazam family, which lost their powers, hunt for a unicorn, so they can help by fighting off the monsters, which they need some old magic nectar. But because they don't have any of that, they decide to use fucking Skittles. What a great product placement, guys. Meanwhile, Shazam has now got the staff, and is supercharging it with lightning somehow to overpower the CGI dragon, which he does, and is able to defeat it by sacrificing himself. And then the garden disappears, and he seemingly dies, and the staff is no longer powered. But then Wonder Woman shows up, powers the staff, and revives Shazam somehow. Then Shazam gives everyone their powers back, and it ends. Shazam Fury of the Gods was quite possibly the most unnecessary sequel ever seen, and the adult Shazam actor was way too childish, especially compared to in his Billy form, where he seems more mature when it should be the opposite way round.